she's one of the best posts in the nation, and that's on full display already this season.
That was a very accurate prediction by Penn State head coach Carolyn Keeger. Gracie Merkel has taken not just Big Ten women's basketball, but the country by storm, averaging over 20 points per game, and she helps win the tip for the Lady Lions as we are underway from inside historic Williams Arena. Mariah Murray with a beautiful pass to Merkel. They have such a great dynamic, the inside-outside game, but Minnesota out of bounds. It stays with Penn State.
We're going to see this early and often from Penn State, trying to pound the paint, get it inside to Gracie Merkel, but great contest from Amaya Battle.
And then a foul against Penn State. Grace Grahalski, the sophomore from North Prairie, Wisconsin, gets it in to the freshman Tori McKinney, number 14, with the ball right now. Really, really impressive player for the Golden Gophers.
And what she's been able to do with this Penn State team is impressive, holding her value strong, and her team has bought into this. And she said, hey, we have a chip on our shoulders this year. We have something to prove. All-American type player, but the fact that they're coming in and doing it together is what they're going to display this season.
Gabby Elliott with the ball now, one of those players that Autumn talked about who has gotten healthy and relaunched her career at Penn State. The jumper from Allie Campbell is off the mark. And here comes Amaya Battle, the point guard, who gets tied up by Campbell just across the midcourt stripe. Now McKinney for three. Got it. One of the nation's best three-point shooters, fittingly number 3 for Penn State. Doesn't pick up an assist there as Odin's jumper is off the mark.
Right now for Penn State, you just want to settle in, run some of your offensive sets, and try to get that best shot.
It's a tough place to play, Williams Arena. Amaya Battle. Odin around the high ball screen, and her signals crossed with Gabby Elliott. Turnovers have been a problem for Penn State this season. They have not been a problem for Minnesota under second-year head coach Dawn Plitzaway.
But they want to make the right play at all times. Sometimes that speed just speeds you up a little bit too much, and there's some self-inflicted mistakes.
More turnovers than field goals right now for Penn State. Who is going to jumpstart the Lady Lions offense here? Still not even 3 minutes into this game. Grace Hall is on the floor for Penn State off the bench, number 7. Odin in the corner, 3 on the shot clock. This is Campbell with her foot on the line. That's a long 2-point shot. And it changes how you want to attack Penn State when Merkel is on or off the floor. Battle was contested underneath, but Minnesota hangs onto it. This is Grahalski inside to Stewart. A hard loss inside Fog Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas to the Jayhawks. They lost by 3. Jayla Odin.
I think Jayla Odin is the X factor of this team. I mean, we talk about Merkel and
Sophie Hart with a couple of pump fakes, and Gracie Merkel back in the game for Penn State. She blocks that shot, and Murray up with the ball for Penn State.
Rim protection. It's not just scoring, but also what she can do at the rim. Finish those offensive possessions, but a key in all of this is what Penn State can do defensively.
Now 8 for 10 on the season with that miss. And here's that press that we wanted to pay attention to from Penn State.
When they score, they can press. They can get right into it.
Alexia Rose on the ball for Minnesota, the backup point guard, with a paint touch and a bucket. Murray turns it over. McKinney runs the floor. Right down Main Street, now the kick out to Rose. In the lane, what a cut by Heyer. And you said Minnesota moves so well. Long pass in the direction of Murray. It's broken up by Rose, but Penn State hangs on. And Hall sinks the 2-point try.
You get a paint touch, it leaves some wide open opportunities beyond the arc, so you can spray it out and just hope that your teammate makes it. She was able to get it there.
These teams last played on Penn State's senior day on March 3rd of this year, last season, of course. Penn State won 90-34. Great give and go as Minnesota looks like looking for an old-fashioned 3-point play, and she got it. Penn State shooting 49% from the floor this season. They're just 2 for 10 to open this game. Odin gets to the cup.
And that's what she does best.
A strong take there. Inside, Stewart got that one to go. Odin works Battle. Too strong off glass, and the rebound to Maggie Zanano. What a pass from Battle to Stewart. Battle averaging 4 assists per game for Minnesota. She's got 2 in the quarter. 4 on the shot clock. And that entry denied by Sonano. Johnson ahead of the horn, almost put it in. Merkel bats it out of bounds. It's Minnesota.
I sound like a broken record, but that's what's working well for this team. They know where to be, and they know where that weak side pass is every single time. Amaya Battle taking advantage of that one.
A really impressive start to Minnesota at home. Battle calls her own number that time and has got 4 points.
What a luxury to know when to balance, when to facilitate or get a bucket on your own.
Shaylin Steele, number 2 in blue on the floor for Penn State, as Carolyn Keeger deploying her bench in a first quarter that has gone Minnesota's way. 3 to go in the quarter. Gabby Elliott guarded by Battle. The three-pointer short.
It's been a masterclass inside the paint for Minnesota.
Truly, 16 points already. 2/3 of their points coming in the paint. Minnesota shoots 10 of 17 from the floor in the first quarter to Penn State's 3 of 16. Stretching it out that time, Tori McKinney. Campbell, the Notre Dame transfer, back from Odin. Elliott knocks down the 2-pointer. Battle takes the 3, knocks it down. The foul was on Amaya Battle of Minnesota. Campbell just off the low block, guarded by Sonano. Sonano picks up Odin now. And 3 seconds called on Tamara Johnson. Just a haphazard start for the Lady Lions on the road as Big Ten play resumes. And a tough start to the conference slate for Penn State as Rose misses the layup. Stewart banks it in on the second try.
She's so good, and she's been everywhere on the glass, getting some easy looks and easy putbacks for her team.
Jumper off the mark for Grace Hall. Penn State dropped its Big Ten opener to Indiana and now plays a 12-1 Minnesota team on the road as Big Ten play resumes just shy of the new year. This is McKinney for 3. Off the mark, Stewart, another offensive rebound. Now Battle topside, brick, but everything coming up the Golden Gophers' way.
Some zip and some pop, and we've definitely seen some zip and pop in this matchup. 34-11 to start off.
Talea Walker misses the 3. Yes.
And contributions across the board for multiple Gophers.
And Minnesota with that 12-1 record, they started 10-0, but dropping their only conference game of the season so far. Heyer in, out, and back in off the glass. She's got 5.
Basketball gods helping out with that one, but when you can move the ball from one side of the court to the other, that just opens up everything for you to have enough room and opportunity to get it down, Joe.
Hall with the answer for 2. Hall has 5 to lead Penn State. Two minutes and change to go until halftime. Rose probes, whips it out, and now McKinney. 4-3 in Minnesota's last game against Prairie View A&M. She's already up to 13 this afternoon. Murray into the corner for Campbell. She knocks down the 3.
2 good possessions for Penn State to get some confidence going, get some scoring on the board, to create some momentum going into this half.
Campbell with just her 5th made 3-pointer of the season. Battle with the answer. Campbell directing traffic. Walker on the cut and draws the foul.
New matchups that we're seeing, maybe some new rivalries.
Yeah.
Whew. The NCAA tournament, boosting your resume. Every single night, Chris, is an opportunity.
McKinney flies down the floor, bit of a stutter step. She's blocked by Murray, but a foul. And Tori McKinney has been one of the big stories of the first half for Minnesota. 14 points. She is carrying on the family tradition of starring in the land of 10,000 lakes. Campbell lobs it inside for Merkel. Too much traffic, and McKinney the benefactor. Rose will sit on the ball. Now she activates with 5 seconds to go in the half. Great play made by Jayla Oden of Penn State. Free throw line here, and just takes some vestige of momentum into the locker room.
Try to think about how you can get Gracie Merkel back into this game, get her some touches, and try to get your offense flowing in confidence moving forward.
Horn sounds with McKenna Johnson on the ball for Minnesota.
Coming into this game, we were talking about this combo being one of the best duos in the college game. Gracie Merkel down low, and then you have that 1-2 punch with Murray being able to knock things at a high clip beyond the arc. They got it going in the second half.
Murray's got it now, looking for Merkel. She's contested by Sophie Hart.
Another touch as she tries to bang it in.
There goes Merkel, and she is still scoreless. It's Minnesota ball. There was a whistle and an infraction against Penn State there.
But Chris, I'm not mad at it, because in that first half, we didn't see really many attempts at all with Gracie Merkel putting the shot up. So for her to just get some production is...
Allie Campbell brings it up the floor. Elliott throws it away, looking for Merkel. Penn State beat Minnesota twice last season. Golden Gophers on track to pick up their first Big Ten win of the season as Amaya Battle. Steal into Murray. Back from Merkel. What a pass from Murray to Elliott, and that sticks.
One person getting the ball and chucking it up. Work the play.
Tori McKinney too strong from 3. Penn State needs to take a page out of Minnesota's playbook. There's another connection between Murray and Elliott.
Transition buckets are always a help. I mean, just to get out and run. We know this team loves to play with pace, and they can get into the press. They didn't do it just then, but they love to get transition buckets if they can get those steal score opportunities.
Another testament to the effort by Minnesota today that they have taken Penn State's press out of the equation. She did just pick up her 3rd personal, though, so she's out of the game. Tamara Johnson underneath. And Shaylin Steele stepped out of bounds. Minnesota ball. Battle has the contested inbounds pass. Met deep by Talea Walker. Battle wraps it around, and it's swung around. The great ball movement by Minnesota has led to open looks like that for Mallory Heyer. Walker inside, blocked by Battle, but a foul.
Selfless play in the defense for Minnesota. They've been making shots difficult and constant cutters. We've seen that. Trying to get into the paint. 13 assists already into this game. They've been sharing the ball, passing up a good shot for a great shot. Just a collective effort on both ends.
Talea Walker knocks down a pair of free throws to make this a 30-point game midway through the 3rd quarter. And Penn State fans are no doubt sick of hearing this, but it's worth repeating. Gracie Merkel and Mariah Murray remain scoreless for the Lady Lions this afternoon. Penn State's 2 leading scorers. Annika Stewart. This is Jayla Oden, and an illegal screen set by Grace Hall. Speaking of Annika Stewart, let's make her our State Farm state of success. A great homecoming season it's been for Stewart so far.
Oh yeah, and she's just coming off of a season high of 20 points in their last game, and to come in, just the offense she's been able to provide, her being relentless on the boards, great facilitator, inside out attack. When you have that type of versatility, I know Coach Plitzy White is just grinning ear to ear because of that. Look at that.
Outside and inside, it doesn't matter.
Come on, how do you guard it?
Right on cue. Stewart with 15. Now 7 of 9 from the floor. Oden pulls up and hits for Penn State. Minnesota with a great postseason in the spring. Runner-up in the WBIT. Scoreless today, and her only field goal attempt came on the first possession of the game. It's been amazing what Minnesota has been able to do defensively on Penn State's best player.
Very uncharacteristic, but credit to Minnesota's defense. Sophie Hart, Annika Stewart, everyone having that defensive assignment. Right now you see Annika trying to push her out of the lane, but she's a player you can't guard her one-on-one. You see everyone trying to help and swarm her.
Avenue for Merkel to get more space inside. Penn State's got to start hitting some outside shots.
Some tension outside the paint so you can come out and contest, and you're hitting some shots to help out your teammate.
She's hit a lot of shots. Tori McKinney, a career high now 19 points for the freshman from Minnetonka. Tracking Odin down into the corner, using the long 6'1" wingspan to force a turnover.
Like, we have to clean up that end if we want to be successful here in the Big Ten.
And a foul on the inbound. One free throw for Tori McKinney. She's got 20 for the game. That would be a game high as well. A great free throw shooter as well, in addition to everything else.
When to use her speed and when to control it, and knowing that she can slow down a little bit and then use her speed to her advantage. But it's a working process, but she's been so brilliant in this game.
Gracie Merkel travels. Another turnover. Stewart, and no-look pass topside to Battle. Slithers inside and hits the layup.
Ooh, slicing and dicing.
Battle's got that to her game as well. Mariah Murray with her first points of the game.
As a shooter, that feels good. Just seeing one to go. It doesn't have to be up beyond the arc. We've known her for just being a lethal three-point shooter, but just to get anything to go is good for your confidence.
Minnesota by 36. They've scored 20 or more in all three quarters so far. There's a Minnesota turnover, which hasn't happened much. Murray throws it Elliott's way. She lets a three-pointer go and knocks in her second one. The Minnesota offense now under 10 on the shot clock. Rolls inside, the kick out to Battle. Now with 5 on the shot clock. Battle so good getting to her spot.
Stop and pop. She has been able to get that to go all game long. We've seen that time and time again.
They keep playing like this. Just 0-1 to start conference play, yes, but 1 quarter away from a 13-1 start and evening out their conference record.
A net ranking of 33, and I think of the NCAA tournament. I can't say it enough for the opportunity to play in the Big Ten.
In terms of the grind that is conference play, Amaya Battle with a beautiful pass into Grace Grahalski, who takes it the rest of the way. Mariah Murray for 3. Knocked off the rim and out of bounds.
Mariah Murray, but this is one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the nation. She has such a quick release, but every shooter has that night. You have to locate her at any point.
You're going to have to locate Mallory Heyer as well if your Big Ten opponents. Heyer with 11, joining 3 other scorers for Minnesota in double figures. Cam Rust getting her first action of the game for Penn State, the freshman from Wakefield, Rhode Island. Penn State turns it over. Long stretch pass from Battle to McKinney. He was the top-ranked recruit in Kentucky last season. Elliott draws contact and a foul.
It's a team that takes care of the ball very well. You can look at Amaya Battle for that reason.
There are the assist-to-turnover ratio numbers for Battle as her career has progressed. A 3-year starter.
She's been able to get some difficult passes, but she's made it look so easy the way she's able to connect.
McKinney steps on it and hits the reverse.
Woo.
7 on the shot clock for Campbell, who knocks it down for 2. Minnesota also received some tough news on the injury front 2 days ago. Every season of her career really exciting for Golden Gophers fans. On the cut, Jill Jaycott puts it in. Nehemiah Holloway has checked into the game for Minnesota for the first time, wearing the knee brace. She's got it now, guarded by Hall of Penn State.
This is a vet for this team, and even though the play isn't on the court, it goes a long way to have that type of player.
Bucket and a foul.
And making sure that you're executing on the defensive and offensive end. You can't kind of just lay up just now.
Sure. Minnesota has not taken its foot off the gas at all. Rose, guarded by Murray. Rose puts it in. Had an excellent career at East Carolina before coming here to Minnesota. Murray misses the three. Battle, another rebound. Battle pulls up. And the glass cleaned up by Nehemiah. Kennedy Click into the game for Minnesota, number 22. This is McKenna Johnson with it now for the Golden Gophers. Johnson kicks it out. Click is a good three-point shooter. Guarded by Rust. Past Rose. And Johnson with great effort saves it. 5 on the shot clock. Rose for Holloway. Good. Hit its largest lead of the game right now. They've been up a ton all game long, and they just continue to pull away. There has never been a run, really, for Penn State in this game as Hall knocks down that. Johnson for three. Off the back iron, and the rebound ripped away by Holloway. Now Click for three. Off the back rim again. Gabby Elliott launches. That's her third three. Brooks on the floor for Minnesota, along with Bryn Sendon. John Blitzowite utilizing her bench here with little more than a minute remaining. And McKenna Johnson.
It's been incredible to see just who they can bring in 1 through 5 off the bench also, just to get some points and some production.
Well, that's Vitória Santana, the junior from Brazil, with a three-pointer for Penn State. 9th game of the season for Santana, and this is Shaylin Steele who picks the pocket of Kennedy Click and lays it in.
Still in score opportunity.
For Shaylin Steele. Very literally a steal and score. Johnson down the lane line, and she is fouled.
You take this one, you wash your hands, you get back in the lab, and you get better. But I'm really excited to see how they go up against Iowa. I think that's going to be a really great game on Wednesday. Iowa ranked right now. They like to play with a lot of pace. So does Penn State. That's going to be a fast one. Try to slow them down with your press. But if you look at this one, you look at film, and you just get better.
Steal around Click. And into the corner for Jill Jaycott, who misses the three. Steele puts it back in with the offensive rebound.
She's been a bright spot coming off the bench.
But what a performance for Minnesota as they end the 2024 calendar year emphatically with a blowout win over Penn State, and Minnesota improves to 13-1.